When I say the palace detonated a shockwave, I'm not exaggerating. King Charles quietly approved a new royal mandate, and the ripple from that single signature thundered through every corridor of the crown. On parchment, it looked harmless. In reality, it was a seismic strike. The decree demanded that any child hoping to remain in the line of succession must be raised full-time inside the United Kingdom, under direct, constant royal oversight. No loopholes. No exceptions. No golden sunshine filtering through California windows. The second that rule surfaced, everyone knew who it targeted first. Archie and Lilibet, the two children of Harry and Meghan. Born far from palace walls and raised under open skies thousands of miles away, they were instantly pushed outside the invisible circle that protects royal bloodlines. They never walked palace corridors, never lived by royal bells, never learned the silent customs passed down over centuries, never ran barefoot across guarded courtyards, and overnight, their place in history blurred into uncertainty. But this wasn't just an administrative update. Inside hushed palace rooms, the whispers grew sharp and unmistakable. This was a message carved into stone, a warning that the monarchy was tightening its boundaries, rewriting its definition of loyalty, and deciding, once and for all, who truly belonged. And for Meghan Markle, that message didn't just land, it burned. Because to her, this wasn't about crowns or ceremonies. This was about identity, about her children being recognized as part of a legacy she sacrificed everything to enter. And suddenly, the legacy spoke back. The monarchy chooses its own.
Not you.
And just when the ground beneath them seemed unstable enough, King Charles signed a second decree. Colder.
Cleaner.
Far more brutal. This one declared that only the children of active, public-facing royals would remain in the line of succession. Which meant if your parents weren't shaking hands under crystal chandeliers, smiling from palace balconies, or bowing through endless ceremonies, your royal future evaporated on contact. And the world didn't need a reminder. Harry and Meghan stepped away in 2020. They chose distance over duty, freedom over form, life over ritual. But the echo of that decision has finally come back to collect its price. And now, years later, it isn't the parents paying. It's the children. Inside the palace, Charles's inner circle described the shift as structural, logical, clinical, a modern way to fortify the institution and cut away weak points. But in Montecito, it didn't feel modern. It felt surgical, personal, like a blade slicing the last thread tying Meghan's family to the crown. A quiet punishment, a silent warning that choices are etched in consequences, and the crown would no longer bend. Not for love, not for distance, and certainly not for the Sussexes. Publicly, the palace insisted the changes weren't personal. But tell that to Meghan, because in a matter of days, two fresh rules appeared, and both carved directly through the futures of her children. And this time, they weren't written in pencil. They were etched in permanence. And just when it seemed the storm couldn't darken further, the palace made its coldest move yet.
Silent.
Precise. Almost clinical. They called it a clarity review. On the surface, these reviews are harmless, routine, mundane. Papers moved, files checked, records polished. But this one was nothing like the rest. This one summoned constitutional lawyers, royal historians, and experts in succession law to quietly descend into sealed archives. And when that kind of team assembles, it means history itself is under examination. Something dangerous. Something capable of rewriting the past. The focus narrowed to everything tied to Harry, Meghan, and their children. Birth registrations, medical confirmations, timelines, approvals that should have flowed automatically through royal channels and didn't. Every line was dissected. Every stamp was weighed. Not with open hostility, with something worse. Slow, courteous erasure. At the same time, another force was rising inside the palace. Prince William. For years, he was the silent observer, the quiet apprentice, watching his grandmother, studying his father's path, measuring every misstep. But now, he has stepped forward, not as a prince, but as a guardian of the machine itself. Insiders whisper that his patience has burned away. After years of interviews, documentaries, public grievances, and global accusations, William's tolerance has narrowed to a blade's edge. He is described as controlled, immovable, and prepared to make brutal decisions. Advisors claim he would support stripping royal titles completely if it meant protecting the legacy. One voice inside the palace offered a chilling summary. William would sever a limb to save the body. And he would call it duty, not revenge. Where Harry walked away, William marched forward. Where Meghan confronted tradition, William reinforced it. And where Charles began reshaping the monarchy, William is prepared to finish it. Behind closed palace doors, the message has hardened. The crown cannot afford disorder in the next generation. Not under Charles. Not under William. And while William strengthens his grip, Meghan is preparing a far more volatile move, a legal war. Yes, it's real. Sources claim she has already spoken with lawyers on both sides of the Atlantic. She is asking one question that terrifies the crown. Do these new rules violate the ancient Act of Settlement, the law that has governed royal inheritance for more than 300 years? To her, none of this feels accidental. The timing is too perfect. The strike's too accurate. She believes the monarchy isn't just adjusting rules, it's erasing her children from history in real time. And she is ready to fight. But her legal team is warning her, this isn't a normal courtroom battle. You don't sue the monarchy quietly. Once it starts, it explodes. It drags secrets into daylight. Private letters, confined conversations, proof, witnesses. Everything once whispered behind palace walls becomes public weaponry. And this is where the real nightmare begins. Because if Meghan moves forward, Harry's escape route disappears. The choice he's avoided for years will hunt him into the open. Stand with his wife, or stand with his blood. To support Meghan means facing his father and brother in court, under oath, before the world. To side with the palace means shattering the vow he once made that he would never let her fight alone. For Meghan, it is about recognition. For the monarchy, it is about control. For Harry, it is about survival. Because now he is standing between two realities that cannot exist side by side. The battle hasn't officially ignited, but the battlefield is already built. On one side, a monarchy rewriting itself, tightening its armor, sealing its borders. Titles redefined. Succession recalculated. Reviews conducted. Uncertainty erased, and possibly people along with it. Charles has stopped bending. William has stopped hesitating. The palace is advancing like a machine that has learned to feel nothing. On the other side stands Meghan in Montecito, her resolve burning. She sees the new rules as a blade. She feels the review as an intrusion. She watches the distance between California and London stretch wider than any ocean. And in the center stands Harry, a prince without a kingdom. A man caught between devotion and duty. A son watching the doors of his former life slam shut one by one. Those close to them say the air inside their home is heavy, silent, but electric. Harry feels what's coming. He knows the choices ahead won't just hurt, they will be irreversible. Because the moment Meghan steps into that courtroom, the palace will be forced to respond. Witnesses summoned, documents revealed, truths dragged into the light, even the ones buried for generations. And once that door opens, there is no return, no privacy, no peace, no pretending this was ever just family conflict. This is the moment before fracture, the second before glass begins to split. The future of two innocent royal children now sits at the center of a constitutional storm, a storm strong enough to rip open centuries of silence. The monarchy is preparing to move on. Meghan is preparing to strike back. And Harry, he is bracing for the most devastating choice of his life. Because this isn't just another royal scandal. This is ignition. This is collision. This is the calm before something cataclysmic. And whatever comes next won't be soft, won't be merciful, and won't leave the crown untouched. This isn't the ending. It's the spark just before the explosion.